This is an overview of Prelude from Chapter 6. This is on page 139, the first assignment from Chapter 6. So this is a breakdown. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to break this down into segments. These are the segments I'm going to use to teach you on when I go to the piano. Alright, so first things to notice, key signature, 2 flats, indicating we're most likely in the key of B flat major. If we look at the very end of the piece, we can see that it ends in a B flat major chord. So yes, this is in the key of B flat major. So we'll indicate that in the beginning. We'll notice a few details. Common time, 4/4. So obviously we have a lot of 16th notes here, which is based on the B flat major scale, as we'll see. So we're basically using the fingering for that, although this is not one of the scales we're learning this semester. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to look for patterns, because that's how we're going to simplify the music. If I look at the very beginning here, I'll notice there's a pattern here. I descend a second, up a third, then down a scale. Down a second, up a second, down a scale. Alright, so if I mark this here, I'm going to note I have a little pattern here. I have a little pattern here. And if I look closely, this section here is identical to the first section. Okay, so I'll call this pattern A. Okay, I'll call it A1, and pattern A1 just repeats. It's the same thing twice. All right, so we know we're just going to have to learn the first half of A1. We can call that A1A and A1B for that little pattern if we want. And if we look over here, you'll notice that even though it goes to the bass clef, it's indicating that you continue with the right hand. Now let's see if we get lucky. Let's see if the notes are identical. And if we look here, compared to the beginning, what we'll find is, yes, indeed, they are identical. So A1A continues to here, and A1A does the very first half again here. But notice it ends on the left hand playing an F. So this opening looks hard. It's actually really, really easy. If you learn 1, 2, 3, 4 beats, that's 16 notes, then you will know this entire first 4-bar phrase here for the right hand. Very, very easy. Looking forward, we have to be careful. This goes to bass clef. We're going to call this section B, because we've got, something that changes a little bit. And then we've got a nice chromatic scale that starts here. Notice it's still in bass clef, so this is actually going to be an F. I'm going to give myself a note here just to simplify that. Now, something we haven't talked about is fingering for chromatic scales. So I'm just going to tell you what it is. Every black key is played with a third finger on a chromatic scale. So I'm going to use my first finger on the F, this is right hand, third finger, first finger, third finger. So that's 1, 3, 1, 3. 1, 3, because that's a black key. Then I have 2 white keys simultaneously, B natural, C natural. So that's going to be 1, 2. That's really important. I'll mark that like that. Third finger on the C sharp. Our thumb plays the D. Third finger plays the E flat. Then we have 2 white keys again. That's an E and an F. That's going to be 1, 2, because 2 white keys simultaneous. Adjacent. So 1, 2. Then we'll have 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. Here are my white keys again. So 1, 2. 3, 1, 3. White keys. That's E and F. 1, 2. 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. White keys. 1, 2. 3, 1, 3. And white keys. 1, 2. That's a chromatic, and I'll show you what that looks like on the piano. So we're going to call this just the chromatic scale. Okay? And then simple ends on an F here up high. I'll write F. And then I've got this nice F7 chord that's happening over here, which of course in the key of B flat, F is that's right, dominant. So this is a 5/7, and then it resolves to the 1 chord. Keep in mind that this is actually an E flat here, okay, because of the E flat in the key signature. So that is an overview of the notes. Now we're going to move to the piano, and I'm going to break it down there. And feel free to stop, repeat the video as necessary to play along, and this will make it very easy for you to learn. So, alright, here we are. We're going to look at the right hand by itself in the beginning. The first pattern, 3, E, and A4. Just try that with me. E, and a 4. It's just B flat, A, B flat, D, C. And we'll just do that a few times. 3, E, and a 4. Now we're going to go from the 4th beat to the downbeat of the next bar. 4, E, and a 1. Notice we cross over the 4th finger on the F. So 4th finger on C. 4, E, and a 1. If this is fast, just slow down the video. So 4, E, and a 1 again. 4, E, and a 1. Now we're going to put those two beats together. Observe. 3, E, and a 4, E, and a 1. I'm just making sure I've got the B flat. Try with me. And 3, E, and a 4, E, and a 1 again. 3, E, and a 4, E, and a 1. You can repeat that as many times as you need. Just pause the video. Once you have that down, what we're going to do now is we're going to play it here. Then we're going to jump down and do it again, down an octave. Jump down, do it again, down an octave. And then one more octave down. And the left hand plays the low staff, okay? Try it with me. 1 and 2 and 3, E, and a 4, E, and a 1. Shift down, B flat. 3, E, and a 4, E, and a 1. Shift down and 3, E, and a 4, E, and a 1. Shift down and 3, E, and a left hand plays F. Okay? So slow that down as you need it. Repeat it. When you have that down, then resume the video. So now we ended with 4th finger on the F. So now we're going to learn the next pattern. It goes like this. 1, E, and a 2, E, and a 3. And the key here is we have E natural, then E flat, then 3rd finger on B flat. Try that with me slowly. 1, E, and a 2, E, and a 3. Again. 1, E, and a 2, E, and a 3. So repeat that, get really comfortable. Okay, now we're going to do it here. Jump down an octave, 4th finger on F. And one more time. Okay? Slowly with me. And 1, E, and a 2, E, and a 3. Now 4th finger on F. And 1, E, and a 2, E, and a 3. One more time down an octave. And 1, E, and a 2, E, and a 3. So notice we're breaking down the pattern into smaller segments, and we're reinforcing each segment. And then we're isolating it down the passage. Okay, so now we're going to put those together. But we're only going to do A1. Okay, I don't want you to do the entire descending passage. We're just going to start from here. 3, E, and a 4, E, and a 1, E, and a 2, E, and a 3. That's it. And then no more than that. Okay, try with me. 1 and 2, 3rd finger. 1 and a 4. Now 4th finger crosses to F. Now E flat. 3rd finger crosses to B flat. Once again. 3, E, and a 4, E, 4th finger. 1, E, and a 2, 3rd finger. Get very comfortable with that. And then now all we're going to do is we're going to go through the whole passage now. Ready, and 3, E, and a 4, E, and a 4th. E flat. Now 3rd finger on B flat. Cross over to 4th finger. Now E flat. 3rd finger on B flat. It's the same pattern. 4th finger over to F. E flat. 3rd finger to B flat. Now left hand plays F. See how easy that is? Alright, really simple. You can slow down the video, get really comfortable with that, master that, memorize that, and you can get it faster. It could be 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, if you use metronome, I promise every single one of you can get to that speed in 2 days of practice. That's all it would take. Some less. Alright. So now let's take a look at the chromatic scale, which starts on the F and bass clef. And I explained that the third finger plays all the black keys. So observe how my third finger is playing all the black keys. See? So mostly chromatic scales are just your thumb and your third finger. Okay? So it looks like this. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. But then I have another white key, so I'll use my second finger. Third finger on 3, 1, 3, 1. I have 2 white keys in a row, so second finger. 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. Another white key, 2. Then back to 3, 1, 3, 1. White key, 2. 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. Another white key, 2. 3, 1, 3, 1. Another white key, 2. And that's it. Okay? So, try it slowly with me. 4, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2. Okay? And then just get very comfortable with that. Go very slowly. You can slow down the video if you need. Try saying the finger numbers out loud if you're messing that up. And get it more comfortable until you can do it with metronome. 4, E, and O. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And it's a fun kind of scale to play. You can get it faster. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay? Really fun to do. Okay, and all that leaves is a few chords. So the left hand in the beginning, F, F, and then B flat major chord, which is B flat D, F. That's the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's where the right hand plays. So in the beginning, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth. If we look at section B that we marked earlier, this is where the right hand's in bass clef, left hand's just F, F, F. We have pedal here, F, F, F. Right hand is just D and B flat, D flat, B flat, and then C and A. So we're analyzing intervals. This is a minor sixth, major sixth, major sixth. That's all it is. Together, the left hand just plays F. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, chromatic. 4, 1, 2. And then at the very end, last 2 bars, left hand has an F7 chord in treble clef, F, C, E flat, so it's omitting the A, the third of the chord. And then jumps down to F, 2, and B flat F. Okay? So here's the whole piece for you. I'm going to count out loud. You can slow it down if you get to a point where you can play along. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 4 E and a 1. There's a crescendo. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll play it a little bit faster because it can be peppy, and just show you how the piece could go. You do not have to play it faster than what I just demonstrated. But if you are, wanting just to really kill this, this is how it could sound. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1,